Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Yellow Jackets ready to get this thing started and open the season. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Ole Miss offense will get the first possession of the game. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Tuggle coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Yellow Jackets offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Turns it on in midfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This offense has a 2nd down play. Power football with the run. Can't get him to the ground. Dude, he's already picked up 46 yards on the ground in this first quarter. That is a terrific start. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the Yellow Jackets get it past the sticks.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the 3rd down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
Sweet cut there. There's a live football. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Grace. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
Makes the quick grab. At the 40, there he goes. Got a lot of running room. He's at the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision.
Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's perfect. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the keeper to make anything.
Back to throw, it's Tuggle, feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Shields. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. Comes out throwing on first down. He'll pull it down and run. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that.
They stripped it out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
That's their second fumble on 2 possessions. My goodness. You want to come out and establish the run and get that part of the game going, but you didn't think you had to coach ball security. That's day one. That's elementary school when you learn how to cover the points of the football. They got to do a better job taking care of the football.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with footprint. But how about in the past? has to. When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Looking for room at the 40. And he breaks into the open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
That's got to make you feel good offensively. The first game of the year, and early you're able to break off a long run. We know for them, they take pride in their ability running the football, and they're getting that established early this season.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Looking to throw, it's Tuggle. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
The Rebels will keep this drive going.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, just keeps firing. Got it behind the line. It's Darnold. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He'll set up to throw. Gets rid of it. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yo, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, ball. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Higgins. He's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
And here comes the offense on second down. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that first down. looking to move it through the air. Throws toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I think the QB wants that one. You're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments, you talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forced an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but in the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting the play.
Now adjusting. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Leaves it with the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion. Like, you got to get the football offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
Dropping back, it's Higgins. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch.
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Arizona dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. He's right on target. Stopped after making the catch.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Quickly complete. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfect. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To throw, it's Tuggle. They're trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And that is your job. No line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And he's got that by-you speed, like I run by you. You can call it whatever route you want to call it, but does a nice job winning at the line of scrimmage, getting behind the DB, runs, catches it right in the end zone. Big play for this offense. Nice throw, nice catch.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive there.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with the clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Smashes through. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Tie game here with just a few minutes to go. Quarterback checking off. Looking downfield, it's Higgins. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Forced out of the pocket. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
And this defense has squatters' rights in the backfield. Back-to-back sacks, and the crowd is insane. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Short fields make successful offenses, just what they want here. They'll give it to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get it behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And after taking the lead, guys, we still have a big finish coming. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Pressure coming. Stands in and takes the hit. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning.
Going deep. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Gotta have it here on 4th down. He wants a big play here late. And this will be caught at the 30. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Looking to pass. It's Higgins. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Man, this late in the game, it's go time. I got to have a score. I'm not worried about downs. I'm going through my 2-minute script. We know what's coming. We practiced this all week. It's 2nd down, incomplete.
Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll take a shot. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. A disappointing start to this season as they open 0-1.
Tough way to start, but you see it so many times throughout a season. People start slow, figure out who they are, get better as the season goes on, and your dream's still very much ahead.
And the sky's not falling right now. You're just 0-1. There's no need to panic. You don't have to try and reinvent the wheel. What you got to do is go back. You got to watch the film. You got to be honest with yourselves. Where could you have made better plays? You got to limit the penalties. You got to limit mistakes. This team is talented. They've still got a lot to play for. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out next week.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.